To quote one John Locke, I hope I'm right. Death, taxes, and embracer buying video games.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds right.
perfect. Nailed it.
Historically accurate.
Had to make sure I had the name right because I almost said Sean Locke, and that is somebody else.
Well, doesn't matter. We're always right here at the Gamers 2 Podcast, your weekly roundup of news and commentary related to the video game industry and anything else that might pique our interest.
It's a good pun because we are always right here, and we are also always right here.
Ha-ha! That was unintentional.
I know.
Didn't think that far ahead in
But
life.
you nailed it. You did well. Claim the victory.
Well, you know what they say. A clock is right several times a day.
Like these new releases. Seamless segue. Moves it right along. No one even noticed. Number 1, Backpack Hero for the PC.
He's a backpack hero.
Get stars in his eyes.
It's a good song. It's a banger.
It is. It's a real banger. I haven't listened to it in so long, but man.
Every time it comes on my, because I have it on my phone, my playlist.
Ah, yes.
Every time it comes on, I'm always like, damn, man, this thing's like, I don't know, like, because you're so used to hearing it over the radio, you know, and it's just,
but once you have a crisp version of it,
yeah, you crisp with good your
Oh,
headphones in, it's like, this is a pretty fucking good song.
yeah, it is 100% now getting listened to after this while I'm playing WoW.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
gonna be in a key. It's gonna be my vibe. Where I used to use Doom Eternal raid music. That's when I'm done with everybody else. I just want to murder. Now it's just good vibes.
That's like
Jukebox
pump up
Hero.
music. Yeah. It gets you.
It's between that and the I can't remember. I don't know who the name of the song is, but it's the World of Warcraft meme from the South Park episode where they're doing "Live to Win." It's "Live to Win" is the name of the song. Paul Stanley, maybe. Live to win till you die.
I have to
Till
hear
the
it.
lights start in your eyes. So that is the other pump up song, also because it's associated with Warcraft from that show, from that episode. So it's right there.
I also, at the same time I was on my Jukebox Hero kick, I was on Worlds Apart kick.
Oh, okay, all right.
But that's kind of getting overplayed now because of Stranger Things.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. It kind of ruins it for you. Number 2, we're on to number 2. Blossom Tales 2: The Minotaur Prince for the PC and Switch. Number 3, Roller Drome for the PC, PlayStation. Number 4, Tribes of Midgard, Xbox and the Switch. Stop that.
Stop it.
Just stop doing that. All right, my tablet wants to freak out, so we're going to ignore it for a minute. Number 5, Way of the Hunter for the PC and PlayStation.
I watched the review on that.
Did it say Sark plus APL, just get it done?
No, but they should.
I feel like it just should have.
It is one of those games, and it got, like, the person reviewing it was like, it's actually a pretty good game if you're into this sort of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would expect the review to have been, like, memed on, basically. Like, it's just another cookie cutter hunter game.
No, they were like, it's actually like a little bit more intense of a hunting game than.
Oh, interesting.
You know, it's in the same vein as what was the Sark APL one?
Call of the Wild?
Call of the Wild, yeah, same vein.
Is it that?
That sounds.
It also sounds like a movie.
It does, and a book maybe.
Oh, true, definitely that.
Way of the Hunter. Whatever.
Hunter something Call of the Wild? Call of the Wild the subtitle, maybe?
Hunting games.
Oh, you're gonna get all the Cabela's most extreme dangerous hunts or whatever. While you look that up, number 6, Catizens for the PC. Number 7, The Ascent Cyber Heist DLC. Number 8, Cursed to Golf, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. That might be the next game on my Switch.
Okay.
Because I need a game on the Switch. I don't have anything. So that'll be it.
All right.
And we talked about it from PAX East. Something thinks I'm also touching the...
Oh, a lot of touching going on over there.
A lot of touching, and not the good kind. Number 9, RPG Time, The Legend of Wright for the Switch. Number 10, Smash Boats Waterlogged Edition, haha, get it, for the Xbox. Number 11, Thymesia or Timenesia, not sure how we want to go with that one yet, for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. And number 12, Madden 23 for, you guessed it, everything except the Switch.
Get wrecked. Switch. Wow, my phone is just being... What is going on with the internets right now?
I don't know.
I don't know why. Not the internets, but like.
Did you happen to find the answer before I kick it over to you for number 1?
I mean, the answer is The Hunter.
Is it just The Hunter?
The Hunter Call of the Wild, I think is what it is.
That is the subtitle. Okay. I was like, I feel like that's not the main title. I think Call of the Wild is the subtitle. All right. Not crazy.
Number 1, Activision Blizzard said to the National Labor Relations Board that the Blizzard Albany unionization vote should not be limited to QA employees. Activision's argument that all employees should be able to vote echoed those it made with Raven Software's QA department campaign for unionization earlier this year, when Raven Software's. However, in this instance, the publisher is specifying the teams that work on Diablo, which is a major project for the Albany support studio. The company's legal counsel, there you go, Matt, even showed trailers and gave details about the game to the National Labor Relations Board during the hearing. An anonymous Blizzard Albany employee told the Washington Post that it was, quote, darkly ironic, end quote, that staff are not allowed to mention their work on the game until it is released, but the company can use examples of this work during the hearing.
It is weird.
That is, yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's almost like a smoke and mirrors type thing. Like,
well, I mean, as always, also a little bit of rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah.
Number 2, we're moving right along. Speaking of Diablo, Blizzard has confirmed that there won't be any form of loot boxes or pay-to-win elements in Diablo 4 as part of an in-depth look at its live service and monetization plans. In a recent document, the company shared that the title will be a full-price game that will also include a premium battle pass and a cosmetics shop at launch. The items available in both of these will not offer any pay-for-power options, while the premium battle pass will focus solely on aesthetic items. A free tier will allow players to unlock items organically without buying the premium upgrade. It'll also include gameplay boosts that all players can unlock that can be used to level up new characters, for example. The title will also feature a shop where players can spend in-game currency on skins and other cosmetics, but these will also offer no gameplay advantage and will not be completely exclusive to the premium content. Okay.
Yeah. Strong feelings, don't care.
No, I don't have any strong feelings. I won't buy a battle pass for Diablo. That is just straight up not happening. I will buy Diablo, and I will play Diablo, and I will get whatever I can from the free tier and enjoy it. And that's about all I stand for.
Yeah, I'm entertaining the idea of getting it, but like when there's cosmetic things, I don't know. Like I just don't care. Like I'm not like, I have no interest.
I like certain cosmetic things,
yeah.
But Diablo is a game where I don't care. WoW cosmetics and Diablo cosmetics are two different things. And even WoW cosmetics, like the actual armor pieces that you can buy, where it's like, oh, make your helm look like this. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I get a mount, different.
Yeah.
I get a pet, different. But actually just make your armor look a certain way, not usually, I don't care. And same for Diablo. If they're like, oh, yeah, you can make your person look like this. I'm like, I don't really care. But if you give me a sweet little pet, like they have pets in 3 now that run around and like pick up all the gold for you and everything, they're just gold. Just gold. So it's just like perfect. I don't have to walk over it. The pet will run around and do it. It's like, yeah, if you give me a sweet little pet and I can buy that for $5-10, as long as the pet's really cool, I might do that. But I don't care about like actual armor or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, with the amount of effects that are going to be on the screen, I'm not going to see myself anyway.
No. Some people are up in arms about it, but, you know, everyone's got to complain about something, which is life.
And part of that is probably a mortal fear.
Yeah. True. It's hard to, like...
It's hard to do that and then say, trust us.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Yeah.
It's like, but you just...
It's going to be I do, yeah, it's probably going to be a bait and switch somewhere, but whatever.
Like you're trying to get an answer out of somebody, right? And you have 3, it's the old joke, if you have 3 people in a room and you're interrogating them in all the movies, And the guy's got a gun that's doing the interrogation.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just tell me the answer, and you're the one that gets to live.
Yeah.
And so he's the one tells the answer, and then he just shoots that person.
Yeah.
And then the other two, he's like, all right, so whichever one of you tells me the answer, you get to live. And they're like, he told you, and then you shot him.
You gave him the same deal. I don't know.
What? Are you an idiot? And then, as it would happen in this situation, the guy with the gun is Blizzard. This fans are the ones asking, are you an idiot? And then in order to resolve the situation, they just shoot both of them.
Mm.
And so Blizzard has now removed its fans. Problem solved.
Exactly. Fans are the problem. Number 3, Asmodee Digital has announced a name change to Twin Sails Interactive, as well as a change in its business strategy. The publisher is best known for putting out digital versions of classic board games, but going forward, it'll focus more on, quote, original experiences combining indie, AA titles on premium platforms alongside industry-leading partners, end quote. The newly renamed firm also announced 2 new games, News Tower, a tycoon management title from Studio Null Games, and Iberial Dreams, a 2D physics-based platformer from Lumarama. Some names going on there.
AA is always a weird navigation field.
It really is, and you don't see it used too often, although I have been seeing it used more often.
Which I'm wondering if that is a attempted delineation of budgets, where they're like, we're not indie because we're not 3 people in a farmhouse. We're not AAA because everybody that's AAA is rolling in dough. And
Yeah.
like, no, we're just we're AA. Just
Yeah.
know what to expect. We're middling.
Yeah. We're high A.
Yeah, basically video games are reaching the MLB farm system.
Yeah. Yeah. But without the cool names.
Right. No Rocket City Trash Pandas out here.
That'd be a good studio name.
That would. That being said, News Tower, I don't even want to know.
News Tower.
Do you vote a level of it to fake news?
Yeah, that's I was going to go the same route.
It was immediate. It's the easiest joke in the book. Number 4, Embracer has announced 5 acquisitions this week, totaling roughly $770 million.
Whoa.
What the fuck? These guys.
Rolling in the dough.
Crazy.
I just don't know where they're making money.
That's the best part. I love it. I love this entire sequence. It's just hysterical to me. Plus 1 unannounced acquisition. Ooh. Amazon.
Whoa.
For an aggregated upfront purchase price of $576 million, bringing your grand total to 1.3 and change. Among the purchases, Embracer entered an agreement to acquire Middle-earth Enterprises, which has owned the IP rights to The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit for over 50 years. Embracer said that the acquisition may also include, quote, matching rights in other Middle-earth-related literary works authorized by the Tolkien estate and HarperCollins, which have yet to be explored, end quote. Embracer also acquired Collector's Editions publisher Limited Run, with the transaction also including the company's, quote, 40% ownership in the joint venture Super Deluxe Games in Japan that will source more games to Limited Run on the Western market and provide a channel to sell Limited Run's catalog to one of the strongest markets in the world of physical games. Whoo! It's about to get worse. Singtrix, which provides vocal processing effects technology for karaoke, gaming, and entertainment, was also part of the buying spree. The Singtrix deal was done by Embracer's newest division, Freemode. Freemode will focus its operating activities in the retro, classic, and heritage gaming category, as well as investing in iconic gaming and entertainment properties. Embracer also announced the acquisition of Killing Floor and man-eater developer Tripwire Interactive and its publishing arm Tripwire Presents, as well as teardown developer Tuxedo Labs, both via its subsidiary Saber Interactive. And if any of that says anything to you, just know, hey, they own a lot of shit.
They do own a lot of shit.
Most importantly, the Middle-earth stuff.
Which we're going to go into, so.
See what I'm doing there?
Maybe speaking of Embracer still, this one's kind of weird. Weta Workshop is developing a new game based on Middle-earth and the literary works of J.R.R. Tolkien, with Take-Two label Private Division handling publishing duties. Weta is known for special effects work on films such as Dune and Avatar, as well as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. In 2014, it created a games development division and is now working on its first major title. No details have been given other than that the title will be set in the Middle-earth universe and that the licensor responsible for handling rights around Tolkien's literary works has granted Weta, quote, the broadest creative license to interpret the underlying lore of the games, end quote. So this made me dig into... We've done this before. We've talked about it before.
Yeah, because Lord of the Rings has had a game in the process for each year of the last 3.5.
Yep. Which it made me dig into the whole rights thing of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, God. Is it worse than Star Wars?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, so here we go. For reference, the Lord of the Rings rights are a mess. Middle-earth Enterprises, which now Embracer owns, they have the worldwide rights to films, video games, board games, merchandise, theme parks, and stage productions relating to the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit. But
which is a lot.
Yes. But the publishing rights to the books aren't included. They remain with the Tolkien estate and publisher HarperCollins. The licensing rights to Tolkien's other Middle-earth works, the Silmarillion, and the Unfinished Tales of Numenor and Middle-earth, are also still controlled by the estate and HarperCollins. Although Embracer says it now owns matching rights to these works, which basically means if someone tries to buy them, they immediately get the option to match that offer and they get the rights.
I like it. That is what we call in the sports world is a qualifying offer.
Qualifying offer, okay. There you go. Amazon owns the TV rights, which also gets a little convoluted because they own the rights to TV shows that are 8 episodes longer or more. So I guess if someone wanted to make a TV show with less than 8 episodes, then they could do that. Like, I guess Embracer could do that. Middle-earth Enterprises claims that the movie rights reverted back to them in 2021 because Warner Brothers wasn't actively developing any movies. But they just greenlit a Lord of the Rings animated movie, so that'll be an upcoming legal battle I'm sure we'll hear about. And basically, Embracer said that Middle-earth Enterprises has a financial stake, I think is what they said, in basically every single Lord of the Rings project we know of. Because they listed them all out.
Right.
They're like, hey, we have a financial. So basically,
They're
getting a percentage of whatever.
Yeah, Return to Moria.
Yeah.
The show.
Yep. Which they did. They mentioned the show specifically and they're getting some sort of payout for that. So
now we know how they're getting paid.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
partially.
that's so
not enough to fund a $1.3 billion purchasing swing, I guess, but.
The other interesting part to this was these rights were being shopped around, and the rumor, analysts thought that it would go for $2 billion.
Okay.
And the rumor is that it went for, so this is the part, I've seen these numbers thrown around, the 770 and the 576. I think what the actual situation is the total is 770. And I think the 576 is what they paid for the Lord of the Rings rights.
Oh.
That's what I have put together from what I've read. I don't know, obviously it's hearsay and people saying so and so, but they definitely underpaid compared to what, some people thought the rights were going to go for.
Yeah.
And I think the caveat probably there is the
split from the books.
That and the legal minefield that the Lord of the Rings rights are.
Yeah. Listen, I'll pay you for the rights and I'll start fighting the battle, but Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking the legal fees off the top
of
the asking price.
Well, it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, something further down the road.
Number 6. Paradox Interactive has announced its new indie publishing branch, Paradox Arc. Announcing the initiative on Twitter, it said the label will focus on publishing efforts to bring deep, endless, and replayable games from smaller development teams to our existing audience and the world. Paradox Arc has already unveiled its debut title, a deck-building game called Across the Obelisk. The title, developed by Dreamsight Games, was in early access on Steam for a year and is out now.
Out now.
Right now.
Number 7, Nexus Mods has banned a user who posted a mod for Spider-Man Remastered that removed pride flags from the game's version of New York City. The news post on their website was surprisingly refreshing with explaining the move, so check it out. Here's a little snippet. Quote, if you feel something goes against our policy, then please report it. However, we will be the educator. Oh my God.
You're doing great.
I'm like having a hard time tonight. I don't know why. Adjudicators on what we do or do not think is appropriate for Nexus Mods. And that goes for everyone no matter where they stand, left, right, up, or down. We don't want to and won't argue this with you. We've now explained our stance and we won't be providing a platform for you to distort our position in order to feed an irrational and paranoid narrative. You can do that elsewhere, where we won't care enough to read it. If this policy upsets you, if we've broken some moral code of conduct as a business that you can't accept, then please delete your account, the bottom option, and move on, as will we. The whole thing, I read the whole thing randomly, I think this morning or yesterday morning, and I was like, damn, that was good.
It's just a fun dismantling.
Yeah, basically, it's just like, you know what? This is dumb. It was someone troll. They broke it down. They like gave you all the facts. They said what they did. They said why they're gonna do it, where their stance is, and they're like, if you don't like it, fuck off. And I was like, that was like the most like clear cut like stance and like fair reasoning.
I just appreciate the ending of like, just delete your account.
Yeah, delete your account.
It's not hard.
Mm-hmm. They even said too, like, so the meat of it essentially is that someone used what they call a sock puppet account.
Ghost account.
Yep, a ghost account. And they were like, you know what? If the person had used their main account and uploaded it, we would have contacted and said, hey, this isn't cool. We're gonna take this mod down, and we would have left their account intact. But because they used the ghost account, now both of them are getting their ghost account and their main account is getting banned. And I was like, oh, sweet. Like someone who actually explains their reasoning. And
it's like, oh, man, weird.
Yeah. So.
In my 2022?
Crazy.
Number 8. Kotaku has released a piece on misconduct at Nintendo of America. Kotaku spoke with 10 people who worked for Nintendo at various points of the past decade who detailed various stories of sexual harassment and gender discrimination at a company they said limited career advancement opportunities for women. Additionally, the report highlighted the power imbalance between full-time staffers and contractors, saying promotions to full-time work were given based on favoritism, with the head of the product testing department routinely making inappropriate advances toward women working under him. According to Kotaku, Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser sent an email to employees acknowledging the claims on August 16th, the same day the report was released. In the message, Bowser stresses that the company is taking the allegations seriously, stating, quote, "We have and will always investigate any allegations we become aware of, and we are actively investigating these most recent claims," end quote.
Another.
I mean, it's... what do you... like, it... what's the word I'm looking for?
Desensitized.
Thank you to this stuff now.
Same. This one could have been a lot longer, and I cut out a shit ton of stuff because I was just like, you know what? At this point,
because
we're all the same.
Multiple things. You're going back over the past decade.
Yep.
So I'm already tuned out.
Yep.
Like I know that sounds bad,
mm-hmm.
but if you'd said over the last 6 months, boom, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last decade, I'm like, all right. Yeah, it's not surprising that there's a bad actor somewhere in the last 10 decades, or last 10 years. Yep. And, we were The one thing I don't, I'm sure this is written just in a different way, but the power imbalance between full-time staffers and contractors, the way I usually understand that is you are a staff member or you are a person hired to just be there to do the thing.
That was like,
so I'm assuming they mean it more from like a harassment power imbalance and not a you're
hope.
temporarily hired, so like yes, you have no power technically.
Yeah, I would hope, because it'd be common sense that full-time staff would have more authority and say than a contractor.
So I'm assuming that's from the harassment angle.
Mm-hmm. And then what also caught me was the statement, all like they sent out an email to employees acknowledging the claims, and the same day the report was released. Which I'm assuming that all these media companies, especially Kotaku, go about this the same way, where they send the report essentially to the company and ask for comment, and they get no comment, and they post the article.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's like I don't know. I would assume that's like some sort of journalism etiquette, but I don't know if that's.
I think it depends on the
content,
journalist plus content plus company.
Yeah,
like if they're bad blooded, they might not do it anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the case here, but it's the part where it's like, okay, so do you have proof of these being raised beforehand and them neglecting it, that now you're making it public and now they're saying that they acknowledge it? Like, is that the case? Because that's different.
Yeah.
Than them getting blindsided by a report that's coming out now and being like, I never saw what you're talking. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Shit. So.
Yeah.
It's just a lot there's always a lot to take in.
Yeah. So that's it for the main news. We're into the short stuff now. There wasn't a lot this week that was like hearty news articles.
No, and I mean even the hearty ones, like the heartiest thing is that Embracer was just on a purchasing spree, and what does it all mean? And it's like, well, we kind of know what it means, and it's not about its immediate purchasing thing. It's about the future.
Yep.
It's not like an Activision Blizzard getting bought, and then you're like, oh, what does it immediately mean? Because that does have consequences over the next 2 years.
Which that's one of our short things we're going to talk about for that whole arrangement.
Crazy.
Number one, the PC release of Marvel Spider-Man is the second biggest PC launch for a PlayStation title so far.
God of War.
The title hit 66,436 peak concurrent players over the weekend. Number one's God of War.
Okay, yeah, that's what my guess was, because they're the two most appealing, with Horizon being third.
Yep.
Days Gone not happening.
What was number? I think Horizon was number 3.
I would assume that was 3, and then a mix between Days Gone and Death Stranding.
Maybe.
Which Death Stranding?
Yep, it's on here.
Okay, all right.
Unity announced that
I'm segueing myself.
That's
everywhere.
Fine. That's cool. You do you.
That's fine, bro. That's fine, man. That's cool.
Unity announced that it will not be accepting AppLovin's unsolicited offer of a merger in order to go ahead with a previously announced deal with ironSource. It added that AppLovin's offer would not have fulfilled an exit clause in the deal with ironSource because it did not meet the criteria to be considered a superior proposal.
AppLovin's still just too funny of a name.
Yeah. All that situation is weird.
AppLovin downloads.
According to Microsoft, Sony's PlayStation 4 sold twice as many units than Microsoft's Xbox One system during the last console generation. The documents also showed that during the years of 2020 and 2021, global digital console game distribution was led by Sony with 50 to 60% market share. Would not have suspected that one.
It's a lot.
And also, even the PS4 selling twice as many Xbox Ones it's a bigger spread than I would have thought.
Like, we knew it was bad.
Yeah. It's just worse.
Yeah. That is much worse than what I would have thought.
And I feel like that kind of stamps out any sort of resistance to the Activision Blizzard thing.
It should.
Yeah.
Because
especially again, considering PlayStation's arguments.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, well, they're not.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck are you talking about? Do you not see this chart? You idiot.
Basically.
I feel like that's just all the lawyers.
Yeah.
You idiot. You idiot. You idiot.
The PlayStation lawyers are probably like, we're getting paid anyways.
Meanwhile, Nintendo's in the corner looking the window.
Okay. There's a Disney and Marvel game showcase happening at Disney's D23 Expo. Do you know what the D23 is? Like, where's that name come from? I feel like I ask this all the time. Do you know? D23. I don't get why their expo is called D23.
I never knew.
Okay.
I'd like to come up with a reason.
I just...
it's the amount of... Oh, man, that joke I can't say.
Was it going to be a Nazi joke?
Yes. It was going to be a bad one.
The showcase will take place Friday, September 9th, and will feature reveals, announcements, and trailers. The PC and console version of Little Morpheus has been given a new release date of September 13th. Developed by the Chinese Room, the comedic game features several references to Soviet Russia, with players guiding a Soviet cosmonaut on a journey to the center of the Earth. It was delayed because of the Ukraine war. NVIDIA is upgrading its GeForce Now game streaming service to support 1440p resolution at 120 FPS in a Chrome or Edge browser. So this is available on their RTX 3080 tier. I hate this. They have their tiers that they've named after their video cards.
Okay.
And it just is so confusing because, like, I'm trying to read it and I'm like, so do you have to have an RTX 3080 to get this tier? And I'm like trying to make sense of it. And apparently they call it the RTX 3080 tier because the performance is like, they're marketing it as like,
optimized performance.
Like the RTX 3080 is plugged into every single one of our GeForce Now servers. But really it's like you get the same performance as an RTX 3080.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's annoying. The Cult of the Lamb has sold 1 million games in its first week.
Hell yeah.
And there was a review on NPR, which, weird, mind-boggling. It was cool, but mind-boggling to me.
Did you listen to the review?
Yeah.
Because like other than the fact that you said you heard it, I don't remember if you said that it was like a good review.
Yeah,
or that
it was a good review.
Okay.
It was a good review, and they were just discussing like what the concept of the game is and basic game mechanics and like, the nature of the game, basically.
It's still so funny to me that's on NPR.
That's what I'm saying. I was like just driving home, and then they were like, talking about, what did they say? They like made some allusion to it, like some reference to it, and I'm like, are they about to talk about Cult of the Lamb? And then they're like, the game review of Cult of the Lamb, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's funny because for me, as not an NPR listener,
yeah,
I just get to do that doesn't match up with what I think that does. And then the best part, you as an NPR listener goes, that doesn't match up with what.
They have been getting younger hosts and stuff like that. And they've been...
younger by what? Not about to die?
No, like they're
no longer
younger than us, probably.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean they're like.
So wait, are they royal douche canoes then? Probably.
No, they're not
like
bad.
Just, like super proper. You know what I mean? That level of like the younger, like show up to work in a suit and they're like, oh yes, today we're going to discuss
actually,
and I'm like, oh, I hate all of you.
Kind of. I mean, they do pop culture stuff sometimes, so like that's a little bit different. But what's funny,
some of those people though are cringy versus douche canoe.
Yeah. What's funny though is the established older people on NPR that like you would recognize their voices, that type of thing. They've started to give less fucks as far as like when they are interviewing people or they're talking about a topic. They've started to drop like the whole like news facade where they're just like, all right, like what's really going on here? Like, or like they'll like straight up call out people on bullshit now. And I'm like, they're getting some teeth now. I don't know if it's these young people they're bringing in or what, but
just a little bit of bleed over.
Yeah, they just...
Where it's like, hey, quit pussyfooting around the question.
Yeah, they're like, quit dicking me around. It's not what I'm asking. And it's like, okay. Not really literally that, but you get the point.
Quit tugging my dick and give me the answer I want, eh? I don't know why NPR became New York radio, but
Anyway, I guess let's move on. Death Stranding is coming to PC Game Pass on August 23rd. So, you can finally play.
the partnership begins
So it does.
6 years early. That's about the next time you're going to see a Kojima game.
That's interesting. I'm curious about how that contract and stuff works, because Death Stranding was published by 505 Games, I think.
Yeah.
But it's obviously PlayStation engine and financed, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, partnered with as an or at least, console exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Sega Genesis Mini 2 will be out October 27th.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm lining up at midnight for that.
Slime Rancher. I have to see what games are on there. There's 60 games on it. So.
Oh, that's better than the 30.
Slime Rancher 2 will
It better be
release.
Echo the Dolphin.
That's what I'm curious about.
Would you buy it just for Echo the Dolphin?
It depends on how much it is and what else is on it. I don't think I would blind be like, if it's like
Full commit a $60 game, $1 a game for the console and everything. So $1 a game. Echo
And
the Dolphin.
I don't know. I think
And 59 other titles.
I think there would have to be something else on there as well.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I mean, listen, I understand that mentality, and I think that is the correct choice.
Yeah.
Because if you told me you liked Echo the Dolphin so much you were about to drop $60 on it, I'd question
I
a
don't
lot
like
of things.
Echo the Dolphin. It's just that thing. It's like that one video game thing in my life that's just like every once in a while I'll think about how like I didn't know what to do in that game and it'll just fucking infuriate me.
I've never played it.
That's fine.
That's how much I know about it. I just know to make the joke of Echo the fucking Dolphin existing.
I don't know if it's even a hard game. I think I was just young.
I think
young
there's a
for
second
it.
one.
Yeah, there is. I think I was just too young for it.
It's one of those where I've
All right,
made enough
look,
jokes
I brought
about it
this.
that I
Here's what
feel
I've
like
got.
I need to buy it and have it in the little collection here. With absolutely no frame of reference, but I made enough references to Echo the fucking
Is
Dolphin.
that what I think it is? I pulled up the list and then I got sidetracked because I saw a game and I'm not sure if it's what I think it is.
It's just shiny.
It is what I think it is.
Would you
Okay,
shiny color
I'm
yourself?
buying this game, this thing.
Oh, okay. So wait, 60 games to Sega. Crazy Taxi?
No, how much is this thing?
Am I gonna be able to guess what the game is?
No,
Oh.
Desert Strike: Return to the Gulf. It's a fucking
Oh my god, it's a fucking Gulf War game.
helicopter game.
Oh, was it around the same time like the Black Hawk Down game came out?
I think it was before that.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see here.
SOCOM?
Probably before. It's
Oh no, it definitely was before SOCOM, but I
Yeah.
mean like just all that era of.
Oh, let's see here. Anything catching my eye? Rolling Thunder 2. First off, Echo the Dolphin's not on here. So.
Well, because I think it's on the first one.
That might be why. Maybe I need to check out the
put
first
Echo
one.
the Dolphin 2 on there. You know what I mean?
Streets of Rage 3's on here.
Wait, is
Super
Rolling,
Street
Rolling
Fighter's-
Thunder? Is that
Rolling Thunder 2 is on here.
Is that the boat game,
I don't know.
or is that Wave Thunder? Wave Thunder? The what I'm
Yeah,
talking about,
it's
the arcade cabinet.
Yeah, it's something with Thunder, and it's not Rolling Thunder though. It's might be Wave Thunder. You might be right there.
Wave Thunder, Thunder Wave, Thunder Cunt. That is
Oh wait, I take that back. Echo the Dolphin is on here,
oh, perfect.
and also Echo the Tides of Time, which is the second one.
Oh my gosh, we're 3 games in.
Sonic the Hedgehog's on there.
4.
I mean, there's more. I just skipped a bunch of them because I'm not going to read. Virtual Racing, Splatterhouse 2, Sonic 3D Blast.
I'm gonna be so. Somebody's yelling at me right now. Wave Crash? No. Wave Thunder? No.
Space Harrier.
Somebody is yelling the name of this arcade game. I can tell you right now, screaming it at me, and I just can't hear them. Because this was
Harrier's on
pre-recorded.
it. That's fucking hilarious.
Boat.
How
Arcade.
much is this thing? Oh my god, I don't know about that.
$150.
With shipping, it would be $122. Oof. I don't know. That's
a lot.
Wait, they adjusted the price. Okay.
80.
100.
Okay.
That's still.
I still think it's high for what you're
Yeah.
asking.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think 80 to 85 was about your sweet spot.
Yeah, it'll depend on how in the mood I get that I need something, like, you know what I mean?
I found the game.
Okay. What?
What the boat game? You're gonna be pissed.
Okay.
It's obvious. When the game starts up, it says it.
Oh, it says oh, what does it say?
And for reference, a vintage cabinet costs $3,000.
That's not terrible.
No, and it's enough where I'd be like, I could fit that in this house.
I was just gonna say that's close enough to where it'd be like, working too.
I think that was working.
I want to say it's like Nitro Thunder, but it's
Ooh,
not.
you're close.
It's like
you're close.
it's. I know it's. What is it?
Hydro Thunder.
Oh, fuck. Son of a bitch. All right,
It's
more
water. It's water, man.
more Embracer.
I can't get away from them. Did they buy us now?
I wish. In their earnings call, they said
We'd be $2 in a McDonald's cheeseburger.
good deal.
Still signed. Still signed. Who are you bought by, huh?
Quote, one of the group's AAA projects has transitioned to another studio within the group. This was done to ensure the quality bar is where we need it to be for the title. The industry insiders are assuming that that's the KOTOR remake being handed to Saber Interactive from Aspyr.
That remake's going great.
The interesting thing was, I didn't keep the quote going, but the rest of the quote said, we don't expect a material delay.
But they've already delayed it.
Shrugged. So
They've already delayed it.
I mean, I think they're going. I think what they are playing here is that they never officially.
I see.
So they're like, "There's never a release date. What are you talking about?"
Hey, I'm walking. My pizza's on time. What the fuck am I doing? You go to New York and I lose my mind. Talk about the time I can't do that. Tuesday.
That's true.
Walking in from the stadium.
Hey.
What'd you say, pal?
League of Legends Worlds 2022 are happening. The tournament will be in various North American cities from September 29th till November 5th. Tickets go on sale November 8th, with tickets for the finals going on sale September 29th. The play-in round is in Mexico City. And then I think the next...
It's all over.
There's 2 stages in New York City.
Yep.
There's 1 stage in another East Coast city. Fuck, I can't remember which one it is. But then there's a stage on the West Coast. I want to say San Francisco.
San Francisco's the final.
Yeah. And then there's another East Coast city one, and I can't remember what it is.
I couldn't tell you. I looked at it initially, and I was like, all right. And now it's been so long since they first announced it, I forgot. It'd be cool to go. I only play League. If I play League, I only just hop in and play like an ARAM or 2 just to get my bloodthirst on, and then I stop.
Mm-hmm.
But I still watch LCS, the European or the North American circuit, and I watch Worlds because Worlds is always a sweet, awesome time. I'll watch almost any international tournament of any game, even if I don't play Dota.
What are ticket prices like for something?
I don't
like
know.
That?
I have no idea.
Maybe we'll check that out and then let you people know.
But it'd be one of those ones where like it'd be a cool environment to just be in, and just kind of vibe and go down there, watch a game, and then leave.
Yeah.
I have no stake in the race. I don't think NA ever has a chance in any of this stuff. Usually Korea and China, go teams. But but it just, again, it'd be cool to always, go to any of those events that are large crowd things like that, where it's just kind of a cool vibe.
Because until you go, you really don't know what to expect, like what the vibe is, or like.
Yeah, it's like, sure, you're watching at home and you can see everything, and it's like whatever. But then it's like you don't have that same energy that's in the building when everything's going off.
Yeah. Elden Ring has sold just under 17 million copies in 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Can't wait for Game of the Year votes. Because
Yeah.
everything else got delayed,
that's a
leaving
fucking.
it alone.
I don't know if there's ever been a bigger shoe in than
2019? Because there, maybe it was 19 where it was like a question mark of like what even is the now like yeah I guess, but I feel like 19 was what's even the I don't know if that's right. There was that 1 year. I want to say it was 19 because it was after 18 where it was like God of War, Red Dead, and then it came to 19 and everybody's like, I don't know. I guess
cause
whatever.
some weird one, I think.
Yeah, but now this is one where it's like,
There's just
okay, Elden Ring, and
Yeah.
what else do you even nominate? Stray. Answer
Which-
my own question. Stray, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sniper Elite 5.
And it's even
Notice,
then it's
notice I've just games I've played. Fortnite.
like that'd be riots.
Do you want over under right now if Fortnite gets nominated for Game of the Year?
I'm gonna
We got 3 months.
go under.
So you're gonna say no.
No.
I'll say yes.
Okay.
So Bookie, mark that down. I got yes on Fortnite getting nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards.
That would be nuts.
And I agree with Matt that there will be riots. An army of gamers will march on the Game Awards.
I mean, I was thinking like if it won, there'd be riots.
If it gets nominated, there'll be riots. Because if it gets nominated, it'll win. That's the issue. It's too big. The Elden Ring players are not a big enough swell to stop the Ritalin up 12-year-olds from voting for Fortnite too much. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did I offend too many 12-year-olds? I'm not sure.
Game of the Year for 2019 was Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Okay, yeah.
Do we want to? I'll check 2020.
2020 was the argument between
2020
Last
was
of
Last
Us
of Us
and but I disagreed with Last of Us because it should have been Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. So it must have been 2019. No, well, 2021 was pretty bad because that was It Takes Two.
Oh yeah, 21 and 19. I feel like we're kind of just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because even Sekiro was like, yeah, okay, cool, good game, but like there was no standout in the category.
Yeah.
There wasn't a standout, and there wasn't like two giants going against each other.
Yep. An Amazon listing for Dead Island 2 popped up with a release date of February 4th.
Yeah, I'm not gonna believe that yet.
That's
Show
fair.
me the trailer.
That's
maybe?
a wise move.
Maybe a trailer before we're doing release dates. Just a thought.
Maybe. Don't get ahead of yourself. Though,
I mean, you just need to make your Goat Simulator trailer and be done with it. It's not hard.
Sony may be working on their own PC launcher. A reference to PlayStation PC launcher was found in the PC version of Marvel Spider-Man. No, thank you.
I mean, it's one of those where I go, okay, maybe, but are they just going to do it where it's like you can buy it on Steam, it comes with that little installer, and then it launches that to launch that in order to like run things in the background, or like you could sync up your PlayStation account type of thing
Yeah.
if you had a cloud save on your console, and then when you started playing Spider-Man, you could sync up to it.
The only thing I could see it being meaningful is like the syncing of your PlayStation account. Or if they're going to do like a PC Game Pass-esque thing with PlayStation's
Let's not push it. They don't even know how to incorporate their own console level one.
No, it's terrible.
The PC one, in order to get access to it, you'd have to. What is the top tier? $100 a year right now.
I don't know. It's fucking dumb. Whatever.
So whatever the top tier is plus $30.
Yeah. Disgusting. Guild Wars 2 is coming to Steam on August 23rd.
Celebrating its 10-year anniversary this week.
10 years, yeah.
Guild Wars 2, 10 years. And I started the game when it came out. I stopped it immediately, and I reminisce about Guild Wars 1, which is even fucking older. We're old.
We are old. We're very old. I keep seeing all these like news articles about new MMOs coming out, and I'm like, I've never heard of any of these.
The funny thing, I'm wondering what year it is. 2009?
I don't know.
2009 went on the front cover of Game Informer. I'm looking at Guild Wars 2 like, ooh, man, I can't wait for the sequel to this bad boy. Hey! WoW is still releasing expansions.
We got one of those coming out. Right
Fucking
here.
WoW 2 got canceled because everybody thought Project Titan was supposed to be WoW 2, and in theory that was the whole like rumor of like Blizzard's been working on this massive project called
Project Titan.
and nobody knows what Titan is, and then Titan's just fucking Overwatch.
Yeah.
Because they canceled Titan 7 years into it.
I was gonna ask when you said WoW 2, what I was kind of like, what was that project called again? And then you were like Project Titan.
Yep.
And there it was. I remember that was
That was like the thing for 6 years.
Yep.
That was the like, oh, you want to talk about deep nerd shit, man? Have you heard of Project Titan and all the leaks that are coming out of that? And you're like,
you could talk about anyone bring up any MMO and everyone would be like Project Titan though.
yeah, man, who knows? These guys that did WoW, like, what are they cooking up? They're cooking up another one. Oh, nobody's gonna hold a candle to that. It's just all it was. It was just a bunch of jerk off conversation. And you know what? I was there for all of that.
Yeah, I was too. It looks
and
like
I still am.
still bitter about it. It looks like Helldivers 2 is a thing. 10 seconds of an unreleased trailer was leaked online. The trailer indicated it was being published by PlayStation, so probably another exclusive.
If this isn't subtitled like Dive Harder,
Yeah, I mean that's a missed opportunity.
Helldivers 2 Dive Harder, I'm Helldivers 2 More Hell. I don't know.
Helldivers 2 Dive Deep.
Helldivers 2 Level 9. It's just all it is.
Going by prolific
Helldivers 2 Satan's Asshole.
Helldivers 2 The Infinite Ring of Hell, aka the Sphincter.
Helldivers 2 Doom Eternal. It's all, the best part, it's called Helldivers, but like when we played the game, there's nothing even close.
No, there's no
no demon slaying.
No, it's just
You're mostly slaying your friends
Yeah.
because they don't lay down in front of you when you shoot them in the back of the head.
yeah. Hard game.
Yeah, the funny thing is, yeah, it's a hard game because you're playing with morons.
That's yeah. It's not hard for the reasons you think it is, but it's still hard.
It's hard like Overcooked is hard.
Yeah.
Overcooked itself, it's not hard.
It's harder than Overcooked because it's less forgiving.
Right. Overcooked, you can't actually pull out a gun and murder your teammate, which might, in certain situations, make Overcooked easier.
Did you see the thing going around that squirrel with a gun game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that GIF a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was just somebody on Twitter was like, I'm working on like, I saw it was you've liked tweets like this, so it's a suggested thing, and it was just the rig of a gray squirrel in a completely gray gridded like world that there was absolutely no context to, and it was I finally got the squirrel to hold the gun, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, is this just some guy messing around or whatever? And then I'm seeing the video now where the squirrel has an Uzi, and I'm like, what is happening? To that same extent, okay, sign me up.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it at PAX at some point. Because I want a plush squirrel with an Uzi.
Yeah, I mean that's got marketing
It's
written all over it.
It's free money.
Free real estate. Going
It's
by
like the-
prolific leaker. Go ahead.
I was gonna say just like in terms of like the modern advertising and internet things, short videos, whatever.
Yeah.
Showing off a squirrel with an Uzi in a game, and people are gonna be like, I'll give you money, you give me thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with I don't remember her name now. Oh, TikTok person that I don't have TikTok, so I only see Twitter.
I don't know. I'm
The farm girl with the emu. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
Before you leave, I need to send you away with a video.
Oh, great.
She is always like trying to do what's the best way to describe this? Trying to do instructional videos and talk about like farm life and the creatures, and they're TikToks, so they're short, quick things.
Mm-hmm.
But she has a bunch of emus. One of them specifically is named Emmanuel, and he just constantly will walk into the shot and like knock over the camera or whatever, and she'd just yell at him. And emus are brainless fucking morons. So she's yelling, and you just see him just kind of doing the whole like
Classic.
It's basically emus are assholes the same way that cats are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, stop that. And then they just slowly look at you while they pat the thing off the top of the counter.
Yeah.
It's that exact thing.
Classic. Okay. According to Jeff Grubb in a recent book announcement, Star Wars Jedi Survivor may be out in March of 2023. There's a new book, Star Wars Battle Scars, coming out then that will bridge the gap between the two games. And Jeff Grubb put out a tweet pointing that out and saying the game's coming out then too.
Okay.
So
also lines up with end of the year. That's all I'm saying. Also, Star Wars Battle Scars, terrible name.
yes.
You can't have that rhyme like that.
Yeah.
Star Wars, I got my battle scar. Like, what's just the fuck?
Yeah. It's a little.
I know Wars and Scars isn't 1-to-1. Don't come after me. I'm not.
It's also like
not a lyricist.
it's a little on the nose for Star Wars. Like it's a little too, in your face.
Well, because it also has the. I immediately take that to Anakin and Sand levels of cringy complaining. Let me show you my battle scars.
You want to know how I got these lightsaber scars?
My father was Lord Vader. And he hated sand. And one day, I took him to the beach. He picked up a seashell and
real
threw it in my face.
Leaked photos of a vault in Amazon's Fallout show look legit.
They actually did look pretty good.
They did. I was like, damn. This looks
I was like, man, this writing's gonna suck, but that looks good.
didn't have to hit me with that real world right there.
So immediately, I just looked at it. I was like, this set is gonna be so pretty, and the writing is going to be terrible.
That's fair. And finally, Blizzard has announced that the Wrath of the Lich King Classic pre-patch will go live on August 30th. The 50% XP buff will remain for the duration of the pre-patch and will also apply to Death Knights. Was there any other WoW things?
There's a leak, rumored leak
I saw that of release dates, right?
of release dates.
I don't remember what they were. November, I think, was.
November 30th for Dragonflight, which is the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Which sounds right?
Which sounds where I would expect it, but everybody's bitching because that means the raid might be over the holidays again, like it was for Castle Nathria in Shadowlands. And I don't give a shit. But it threw the entire community into pitting people against each other. And
Maybe
WoW Twitter has been insufferable since it happened.
Why don't they just do that, but then postpone do the raid after the new year?
Which I think is what probably will happen.
Mm-hmm.
If anything.
Yeah.
They'll either delay the expansion the 2 weeks to then still keep the normal 4-week timetable, or they will just have a longer release before the raid.
Yeah.
Now, what does that say for everybody else? I don't know. I frankly don't give a shit. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. I'm not... First off, the top end doesn't affect them. They're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
The funniest thing to me is the people that are complaining that are like, nobody wants... It's like, you guys can just not raid for a week. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. And the top end, it's not going to affect anyway because they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching the top end argue with a bunch of other people that are... I've lost my mind reading to it. I've basically stopped. Anytime I see a WoW take, I immediately keep scrolling. I'm not getting into it. Because it's stuff... people at the top, or what I would consider top players, in quotes, people that are clearly in the minority by being in the top 5% of the game, are, nobody wants to raid over that. Yeah, it's like, it's a hobby. I'd rather spend time with my friends or whatever. It's like, if you're complaining and you're in that percentage, it's not your hobby.
Yeah.
It is your job. And that is very different. And you need to take that. You need to, I think a lot of people just need to reevaluate what it means to have it as a job and as a hobby.
Yeah.
No, those are two very different things. Oh, well, it's my hobby. Homie, you're playing it 14 hours a day, streaming on Twitch every single day, and you're streaming WoW. And in between times when you're waiting for a key or a raid or whatever, you might play another game, but, that's just to kill time until the next thing shows up. You are doing WoW, and you're streaming it. You're not... me, where I play it a lot, but I have my day job.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same category. Like, stop thinking like that. So there's just a lot of, I've lost my mind looking at it, and I've now checked out.
Yep. That's fair. I mean,
like there's one specific person, and I'm not going to drop their name. There's one specific person that was one of my favorite people to both watch on Twitch and like their, YouTube or whatever. Usually was all pretty good, but mainly I always just tuned into Twitch to their Twitch. He, over the last 3 weeks, has become insufferable with just dumb take after dumb take after dumb take. And I can't tell if he's out of touch, if he's getting angry for some reason and that it's spilling over, if he's just trying to farm impressions and interactions on Twitter, because if he is, he's working, or if there's just something else going on that, like, whatever. Because it's all kind of out of nowhere where he's just throwing spicy takes around and just watching everybody yell in flames. And it's like, I just don't, like, what is going on? Something's not right. You don't normally do this. Why are you freaking out? And I'm just checked out now. Like, I literally haven't turned his stream on now because I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, nope, I'm out. You're literally becoming out of touch and an idiot. And it's not that you're just becoming out of touch. When you're getting called out on how you're saying things, and they're like, you're being an ass about this. And you're not saying the whole thing. If I tell you you're being an ass, you don't get to say, no, I'm not. You go, oh, what'd I do?
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening. They're doubling down on their points. Of like,
yeah.
I'm not being an ass. You're being pedantic. And yada, yada. And it's like, all right, now you guys are just arguing like children on Twitter. Like the worst place you could argue. The worst place.
Maybe it's just burnout.
It might be. But then it's like, if it's burnout, man, just take the step away. If you need to take that separation, just take it. I know it's hard for some people, but it's like, dude, just do it. It'll be better. Trust me. Anyway, is that it?
That's it.
All right, cool. It's been 7 days. I already know the answer. What you been up to?
Not much. Finished my Pacific Theater trilogy.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was wild.
Wild ending, I hear.
Yeah.
One nobody sees coming.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was interesting. It was fascinating. Yeah. Just that's about it. Work, kids, not plural, kid.
I was about to say, did I miss something?
Watching the old anime, and that's about it. Don't really got much else going on. What have you been up to?
A little game called WoW.
Yeah,
You ever heard of it?
Small game.
Indie
Game
these days, developed by an indie company, it seems. Basically that show. Played a little bit of Madden. Started 2 Point Campus. Did the Madden thing by doing the old EA Play move.
Mm-hmm.
Play
for like 10 hours, is it? Or
no, I did the pro one, so
Okay.
I have the whole game. But I'm just gonna play that and then FIFA. Both get my feet wet, get the taste. The old little bit of hit on the lips, and call it a day. Got my fix.
Mm-hmm. Be like, oh, still the same game.
Yep, still the same game. I got my fix. I only paid $30 for what would technically be 70, like 100 and something odd dollars in games. Perfect. Done.
Good move. Smart man.
I got money moves over here, and the money is saving it.
And then 2 Point Campus. That's not on Game Pass, right?
Yes, it is on
It
Game
is
Pass.
on Game Pass.
You bet your ass it's on Game Pass, and I'm still paying with for $1 until the end of September. Woo!
Wild.
Ultimate. Love it.
I don't think I feel like I haven't been charged for Game Pass in like forever.
I haven't, because when I signed up, it was like 3 months for $1 or whatever.
Maybe I'm still like.
I need to uninstall Sniper Elite at this point, because there's a reality check that has now happened over the last 2 weeks. Where like we beat the campaign, we're never actually going back.
I mean, would we like to? Yes, realistically, will we?
No.
No, probably not.
It's just the sad truth of things. But
I mean, at least we know for next time, whenever Sniper Elite 6 comes out, or
Yeah.
they'll be on probably a zombie.
Yeah, it might be a new zombie one.
We can up the difficulty again.
I feel like on zombie we probably can't.
No, zombie's hard.
Yeah, mostly because that's actually like actively being hunted by zombies.
Yes.
That's different. But yeah, on the next one we can probably try to go to authentic, or if they do what they did this time with all the minuscule options that you can swap in and out of. Like, okay, we go to custom, tune everything up, and then just turn off the couple things we don't want.
Yeah.
And yeah, then it would be a lot of fun. But yeah, we played it on hard. And it was all done. We beat it, so it's like, all right, yeah, cool, it's done. I can free back up that 80 something gigs.
Yep. What did I install recently? Forza. I think I uninstalled Forza.
Oh, yeah, we're going back.
Uninstall it.
Oh, uninstalled. Making space for SnowRunner.
No, I mean I did it.
It's on Game Pass.
It is. I have it installed. I played it again the other day for a little bit, but yeah.
Just get that feet wet with that 30-minute drive, 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah, like something happened and it turned into a huge debacle. And I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's right.
Oh yeah, so SnowRunner.
I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That's how this works.
I remember this game as being so peaceful. Ah, this fucking tree.
I think what it was I fell through like a frozen lake. Like I came like
You fell through a frozen lake.
Yeah, they have these frozen lakes now in some of these regions that like the ice will collapse and you sink in, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, so I had to struggle with that for a while, and I was like,
Was it like a load thing where if you were just lighter you wouldn't have sank, or is it
I don't know.
time on the lake?
It's
wrong
kind of like
tires?
a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because you have to go that way, and the things that you're moving requires a certain size truck, aka a fucking monster truck.
Ah, interesting.
So like you're screwed. You have to fall into the lake basically, and then try to like claw yourself out. And it's just like you're sitting there. It literally took me. It was a classic SnowRunner. Something I thought was gonna take me 20 minutes ended up being like an hour and a half, and I didn't even fucking finish it. You know, it's just like
my favorite classic SnowRunner. In and out, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
3 years later, I'm still at the bottom of this damn lake.
I follow the subreddit on just because of like it's great. Like it's you get people post the photos of just like their ridiculous situation, and everyone's like, yeah, like been there.
It's basically, if you post your situation, it's a bunch of dudes that pulled over on the side of the road now watching you fix your situation, and every time a new person shows up, they just hand them a beer out of the cooler, and they're just sitting in chairs in the trees like, oh man, he's gonna try to turn left here. Psychopath.
Yep.
See what happens. Now he doesn't have enough rain. He's hitting that tree.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like,
just a group of shared misery of like, he's not making that. So speaking of large vehicles, why not? We'll have a story time before we end.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've been over toward. I know you kind of went over that towards my place of work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you went in the front. And to say that is to come off of 49 and take like the main way in.
Yeah.
And using the back way, off of 365, they did some construction where it used to just be a turn. Now they've put an actual light.
Okay.
In order to get in there. I think because they were having tractor trailers, and it was just a whole nightmare to not have a light there anyway.
Okay.
So they made a light. And in making a light, they also did a tractor trailer stop line where you should stop before the light. So
they can turn.
So that way, yeah, if a tractor trailer is turning on, you're not so far up that you're going to get clipped by the trailer coming around.
Yes.
That being said, that's not relevant to this story. What's relevant to this story is leaving to go onto to pull off of the part of the T onto the other part of the T. I know that makes to the bottom of the T to the top of the T.
Okay.
The guy's turning right. The tractor trailer in front of me turning right off the bottom of the T into the top of the T. So he's going to have to go out into the second lane and cut back because there's no...
Yeah, it's not...
You got to swing a big rig.
Yeah.
And he's driving an oversized load rig.
Mm-hmm.
No load, just the trailer.
Yeah.
But obviously there's not much that you can really swing extra.
Mm-hmm.
And there are two cars sitting at that light. There is a gap of probably 5 feet between the two cars. I
Okay.
can't see behind them after that.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching this whole thing because he gets the green light and he starts to make the swing. And he knows he's not making it, so he stops.
Yeah.
But in his stopping, he can't do anything else. He
Yeah,
needs to
exactly.
finish this.
So he's now waiting for them to back up.
Right. And so they back up.
Okay.
Now, this is the fun part. There's still always like a 5-foot gap between the two cars.
Yeah.
Why the first car doesn't just go get closer to the second car, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So they both back up about 3 feet.
Which is not enough.
Not even close.
No.
He doesn't even get half of a turn of a wheel forward.
Yeah, you need like 2 car lengths.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
They back up a little bit more. He just turns enough again. And I can only picture him going, what the fuck are you doing? Back the fuck up. Because I'm watching this in the background going, those two people are morons. And I can't tell if there's anybody behind them. Like, I
Yeah.
can't tell if there's a third or fourth car involved at all.
Yeah. Because I mean, the more cars you add a car, it's not
Sure,
a,
the worse
it's not
it
a
gets.
multiplier. It's exponential at
Yeah.
this point.
And it's the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, depending on how far the cars are backed up, you get to the guy 20th down the road, doesn't know why he's backing up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just, I can't see. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
and he just is like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and then it's now becomes a whole issue. But they keep moving backwards at a 2-foot clip. And it's literally the two of them go back a little bit, and he
Goes
you,
forward
you
a
can
little bit.
barely hear his air brakes even release. And he goes, eh. And then he looks at them again, and they go back a little bit more, and then he looks at them again, and it's just that to the point where the light changes twice. And I'm just there like, any point is would be great. It'd be great if you guys could figure this out at any point. I wanted to. It would have been funny. I would have had more than enough time to do it too. Put my car in park, run over to the other two, and just give them a backup sign. And be like, you gotta get way back, and then just go get back in my car because like I'm sick of this. By the time he was able to fully clear the intersection, I had the green again and was able to leave.
Jesus. It just blows my mind how like unaware people are of like
How things function?
how basic that, like how things just work.
It's like if my man tries to make that corner without going wide, he's taking out that pole, that tree, that
And you
cord.
I guarantee you the whole time the drivers had this look on their face, the drivers of the cars had a look on their face being like, that's not enough? You can't make that? Like
Yeah.
like motherfucker, you get in that truck and see how it drives.
Either a mix of that or why do I have to keep backing up?
Yeah.
What are you do? Why are you doing this? So why you swing so wide? It's just like, are you?
That truck weighs like fucking tens of thousands of pounds. Probably has 18 goddamn gears.
Yeah,
like,
it's the same way.
2 transmissions.
Same way. While we're on the whole thing, obviously there's a bunch of traffic circles, right?
Yeah.
Same way that
Oh
you
my
do
God.
not.
I can't even imagine.
You do not go on the left side of a tractor trailer in a traffic circle.
No.
Because even if they are in the right lane going into a circle, you cannot guarantee they are getting off immediately, and they are going to use both lanes in that circle. Once they go in that circle, it is theirs.
Yeah.
You are now, I get behind the truck and see what happens territory.
I think those traffic circles have the same issue the ones do by me, where they're just like they're used fairly frequently by tractor trailers.
Yes.
And I don't understand why they made the radius on them so small. Like they need to be like twice the size that they are.
Yeah. Honestly, I just wanted to put the entire place in one big traffic circle, a la the one in Syracuse.
Oh yeah, like
Just the whole thing is a traffic
Yeah.
circle. Once you get on, you're doing about a 2-mile lap before you can get back off.
That thing fucks me up sometimes because I always get to it at night,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I don't fucking know, man. let's go.
It was that one. Shit.
Every goddamn time. Son of a bitch.
Always my favorite. It's the same thing on the thruway. I mean, luckily, well, it's on the thruway sometimes. Depends on where I am. But like, if you're in Syracuse, you usually get a couple right back to back.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, it was that one. Shit, next one's in a mile. Gotta backtrack a little bit.
Oh man. Good stuff.
Or the old going to somebody's house for the first time,
You go by it.
and you're driving down like Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And you've passed it. What? Oh! I didn't even see a sign.
Uh,
Or I think it's the old Dane Cook joke, or Todd. I think it's Dane Cook. If you hit the railroad tracks, you've gone too far. Ba-doom. Fuck! It's like right when you read it is when you hit that, and then just All right, but that's all I got. Anything else?
I'm good.
All right, perfect. Then we wrap it up, and we will see you in 7 days. Little League World Series is on. Go watch it. Bye-bye.